YouTube, Ekow, if Ghana opens the ban on, lift the ban on travel today, they will come today. Is Africa ready for our brothers and sisters from the diaspora? Are we ready for them?
Well, the term "ready" it has multi layers to
Yeah.
it. You know, last year, 2019, the president of Ghana proclaimed the year of return.
Hey, thank you very much for checking me out. This is Ekow Simpson. You've been seeing me on your YouTube channel for some time now, like a year or two, and I know most of you are you relate me to the year of return and all that. And today I'm just lucky, man. I'm lucky to be with one of the most influential Africans. I wouldn't want to call him an African American or Black American because right now he's a citizen. How long have you been a citizen?
3.5 years now.
3.5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now he's an African. Somebody was asking me, have you denounced your citizenship as an American?
No, I haven't. It's called dual citizenship.
It's dual citizenship.
Yes.
All right. So today I'm lucky to be talking to one of the most influential people in Cape Coast and in Ghana when it comes to Pan-Africanism, when it comes to Africans in diaspora coming home to the motherland and all that. If you watch most of my YouTubes during the year of return, you saw him in it. He was the one with T.I. Yes. How was the experience with T.I.? I know he's like your brother, but then how was it like? I mean, speaking to him.
Oh, it was great. You know, he's like my little brother.
Yeah.
He was very, inquisitive. Had a lot of good questions, and I think a lot of them were answered. And his experience to the motherland was a positive one. He and the wife, both of them had a very positive experience here. But it was, of course, my children were excited. All the friends around me excited. Oh, it's T.I. It's T.I. But he was a real down-to-earth brother, and I was very proud of his down-to-earthness, his practicality, and also his genuine love and appreciation for Mother Africa and what's on the continent.
Right. Speaking to him, did he make mention of coming back to Ghana? I mean, to start up something, create a better relationship?
Well, yes. In fact, he had a team on the ground with him that were here to just explore possibilities of investment, possibilities of long-term relationship. And, right now, with the conditions in America, every black man and woman of substance and free mind has to think about an alternative.
Yeah.
And one of the greatest achievements of the year of return was opening up the minds of Africans from the diaspora that Africa is a viable alternative to think about.
Wow.
And if we put forward our effort and our resources collectively together, we can make Africa what we want it to be and exceed the development and the success of the Western world that has captured our minds and has us afraid of coming to Mother Africa.
Beautiful. I'd like you to introduce yourself to my viewers.
I am Rabbi Kohen Netanya Halevi, the Executive Director of the Panafest Foundation. I'm also the convener of the Universal Pan-African Diaspora Coalition of Ghana. Along with that, I'm also a Rabbi and Kohen of the Hebrew community in Ghana and the 4th Assistant President of the UNIAACL, the organization of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, UNIA.
Wow, all these titles. Okay, during this pandemic, a lot of people have been bashing the African leaders that they are not taking steps to save Africans. I mean, looking at what was happening in China and all that. Is the African leader scared to say, maybe, this Western world, we're not going to deal with you again because of 1, 2, 3? Can we take care of ourselves as Africans? Can we develop? We
can take care of ourselves as African people. We were taking care of ourselves for thousands of years when Europeans were still in caves and couldn't take care of themselves. The idea and the concept of medicine is an African idea and concept. We gave medical practitioners the first degrees to practice anywhere in the world.
Wow.
The first doctors that were formally educated in medicine were educated on the African continent. They learned the science of herbs and barks and trees. We have the first formally trained Europeans. I think that everyone who's studied in the medical profession knows the name Hippocrates. You know, it is no secret that he spent 30 years in Egypt studying medicine and was sent back to Europe to practice medicine. Never became masters, but they did receive a degree to practice. We realized that the Africans who were taken away from Africa, enslaved, were some of the medical practitioners, you know, not only on themselves as Africans, but healed a lot of Europeans through their knowledge that they brought from Africa, you know, in herbal treatments and natural treatments. A lot of these practices still kept on today, but people have forgotten that they've come from Africans because we were not free to patent our own materials. So if we could do that then, under the most horrendous circumstances and challenges, certainly we are in a position to heal ourselves today. But one of the things that I think that has affected us, and I will call it confidence, lack of confidence rather than fear, is that the way we have been trained today, we've been trained to be dependent upon European and alien forces for meeting our challenges. But this pandemic has brought to bear that, if nothing else, that Europe, America, and even Asia have had difficulties in dealing with their own pandemic crisis. Absolutely. So it should mean that we can't look to them for solutions because they have no solutions. The greatest superpower in the world today, the United States of America, seems to be the most confused one in how to address this. And as each day goes on, rather than getting closer to an answer of how to deal with this pandemic, they get further and further away. So I think that that should send a signal to ourselves as African people, whom I think is getting the message, so I should say more so to our leaders, that we should have more confidence in ourselves as Africans, that we would do better following our own selves, our own remedies, our own traditions, and dealing with these illnesses and plagues that come upon us. They have Madagascar has come out. We've come out with something even right here in Ghana, in Cape Coast. We had another one of our scientists that came. Absolutely. And these things, we should be able to have the capacity to test their viability. We shouldn't be sending it out to Europeans who are our competitors to be telling us, is this good?
I mean, someone is even asking, why can't we even have Africa Health Organization?
Absolutely.
Whereby any medicine that is developed here in Africa, we have to test it ourselves.
Absolutely. If we're not careful, they'll be asking our African women to send their breast milk out to Europe to test before they feed it to their children. I mean, these are absurdities.
It can happen.
It can happen. These are absurdities.
They need to.
It doesn't take but one, simple-minded person to end up saying, we've discovered that women's breast milk is no more good for children. And someone say it should be tested before you give it to them. And you'll find some of our people
following it.
So in that respect, this is the absurdity of where we found ourselves as a people. We must, and that's the reason why this day, the reason why we fought for African independence, it wasn't for a showcase, a trophy. It was to have independence to pursue our own course as a people. It was to have independence to find our own way, our own solutions to our own problems. It was to have independence to not to have other people interfering into our affairs. It was to have independence to be able to manage our own affairs. Independence is a means to an end. It's not an end in and of itself. So we can't, when we look and say, oh, we have independence for 63 years, and look at us now. But independence was not the goal. Independence was a process of the goal. Independence was the tool that we would use to be able to get to where we wanted to go to solve our problems. But if we spend money to get a hammer and we come home and put the hammer on the table and we never put the hammer to the nail, how do we expect to build a house? Just because we got a hammer in our hand? Independence is a tool in our hand. Have we used independence independently to chart our own course? Or have we continued to follow the lead of our former colonial dictators, occupiers, and masters and their solutions to our problems, and then we're sitting down wondering why we're in confusion and we have not made the progress that our forefathers promised that we would make through independence?
Now, there's an exodus. They want to leave. In my emails, on my comments on YouTube, Ekow, if Ghana opens the ban on, lift the ban on travel today, they will come today. Is Africa ready for our brothers and sisters from the diaspora? Are we ready for them?
Well, the term ready it has multi-layers to it. Last year, 2019, the president of Ghana proclaimed the year of return. And Africans in the diaspora took that literally and seriously. And they came, many in their numbers. I believe we've hit 1 million travelers coming in. And everybody who came here was inspired with what they felt and saw. And they saw that they had been lied to about Africa.
Exactly.
People not living in trees. Yeah. People not over here, eating monkey soup and, grass skirts unless we got a performance.
Wearing leaves.
So the stereotypes and the myths were torn down. And people fell in love seeing the image of themselves. They saw you, they saw their cousin, they saw their uncle, they saw their brother. They said, wait a minute, that looks like my auntie.
They were saying it all the time.
Oh, the experience was too much, I mean, I being on the steering committee and knowing how we started this concept and idea from the very beginning, I know that I was in the position to have, counseled some of us who were on the committee to say, listen, our brothers and sisters, when they come here, if you're saying come home, the year of return, we have to be ready because they want to come home. Yeah. And now you see the result yourself. The result, people are serious. They want to come back from Mother Africa. And no, we're not ready. But we can't always wait to be ready. Okay. It's like you give birth to a child and a mother and a father, they spend 9 months trying to anticipate the day and the moment and the hour. Yeah. And then just when that water breaks and the baby's about to come, the father could have been on a journey, the mother could be doing something. Not now. I thought this evening, I thought tomorrow, I thought yesterday. Yeah. So, but birth doesn't wait. Yeah. And it has to come. So we have laws that must be legislated to facilitate that. We have to have citizenship laws that anticipate brothers and sisters coming from the diaspora. They can't be treated like no German or no Englishman or no Frenchman when they come here, called aliens. Yeah. They can't be here and landing at the airport, coming home and given a 30-day visitor's pass. And you can renew that, for paying money every month. You renew that. They have to have situations where they have facilitate access to land and facilitate access to registering a business. These are things that are logistical things that I happen to know that are not in place yet. Okay. That need to be put in place before we can use a term like ready. Ready. Okay. We don't want to send a signal out, and which really is a part of the trend going on, is that we want you to come and bring your dollars and then go back home and get some more. And then you come back again and bring some dollars and then go back home and get some more. That's not coming home. Okay. Even though some are willing to do that, they don't want that to be the mandate. It's not everybody who will be able to come here and stay and live. Some people want to come and spend their money and add to the economy. But they don't want that to be seen like that. Okay. They don't want to be defined like that. Okay. They want to be defined that I'm coming home and let my goodwill help take care of home. Let me do what I can do when I get home. What are the needs here? Oh, you need this? Let me do that. Oh, you need that? Let me do that. But not in a sense of saying that you're welcome to come with your money, but you're not welcome to stay. So that has to be put in place so that we can say, yeah, we're ready. Yeah. Last year was like a phenomenon. Yeah, there were a lot of people. A lot of people. And those people went home and they told other people. Those people want to come back that came, and now they got people want to come with them. Yeah. So that means the numbers multiply. Yeah, multiply. If it was not for this coronavirus, there would have been this year we would have seen an explosion that would have made last year look like a shadow. That is true. Yes. And talking about getting citizenship, and then maybe when you come in, you don't have to, maybe the 30 days is just too small, you have to renew it and all that. Do we think we can fight for that? Do we have to fight for it? Yes. This can be taken care of easily. Right now, this is an election year. It's only about 290 people who make that decision. They call parliamentarians. Those people say. It's only 290 people in Ghana will make that decision, not the general population, anything. And all they have to do is say, we need legislative acts on our immigration laws. All that falls under immigration and interior. And that they need to reform some of these laws. The laws right now don't have a place for people of African descent in the diaspora. It just has an alien law. That law, whether it's for Lebanese, whether it's for French, whether it's for English, it's the same thing. So we need a law that addresses the peculiar historical significance and relevance of the African experience. So we say that we are historically a unique group. And we must have policies and laws that address that historical uniqueness.